Hi, my name is Vishal Malhotra, and we are 5 members in this group, and I'm going to start the introduction part of this assignment. Our assignment is on Australia's trade policy, how Australia trade policy works in Australia. So basically, first of all, Australia is the open economic country, and I'll describe the Australia's trade performance in this country. Australia's export of goods and services has been increased throughout the time span of 2001 to 2011. It increased throughout the whole time span. In this, total export grew up to 8%, while the import increased up to 9%. On the other hand, there are some countries involved in this performance, which include China, Japan, and United States. These all are three top exporters of Australia. And top countries, 10 exports include coal, gold, education-related services, natural gas, aluminium, beef, crude oil, petroleum, and copper. And according to the survey in 2019, the country has been facing the global economic challenges, and there has been recorded substantial growth during the fiscal year in 2017 to 2018. The Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade discussed details analysis of export and import performance of this country. These all are things involved in the Australia's trade policy, and this is the major fact that how Australia trade policy work. And one more factor about Australia's trade policy that increased throughout the whole time span. I'm done with my part, and my other members will describe their own parts.
Hello, this is Hamza. My student ID is VSS32172. So I'll be doing slide number 4 and slide number 5. In the slide number 4, it shows Australia's current trade performance. In the first part, we can easily see it shows total export grew up to 8%. Export volumes went to 4% in financial year 2017 and 2018. Countries' top 10 exports of Australia include iron ore, coal, education-related services, natural gas, personal travel services, gold, aluminium, beef, crude, petroleum, and copper ore. The imports increased to 9%. China, Japan, and United States are top 3 exporters of Australia. Coming to slide number 5, which shows contribution of top 10 goods and services in country's economy. So it shows Australia's trade by broad sector and top 10 goods and services. In the extreme left hand side, we can easily see Australia's trade by broad sector, and on the right hand side, we can experience top 10 commodities, which is goods and services. Exports of goods and services includes goods exports, rural goods, meat and meat preparation, cereal grains, wool and sheepskins, and other rurals. And following by non-rural goods, which includes minerals, fuels, manufacturers, and services exports. On the extreme right hand side, we can it shows the top 10 commodities, which is in terms of goods and services. Exports of goods and services include iron ore and concentrates, coal, education-related travel services, natural gas, personal travel, Excel education services.
Hello friends, my name is Ahmad Hassan and my student ID is EMV3902. Today I am going to present the slide number 6 and 7 of this presentation, which includes current position of Australian trade policies and problems in Australian trade performance. The first one normally comes the trade restrictive measures. What are the measurements has been imposed on Australia and what are their effects on Australian economy? The rest is the protection of the foreign investors, which says that how to invest the money of the investment, followed by the ISDS. And the other one is the trade specific protection as well, which includes around 12 countries around the world, including Brunei, Malaysia, China, Singapore, and US, and Australia, etc. And this country contributes around 40% of the total GDP of the world. And the next one is the Australian performance. What are the performance problem as well? Was growing very rapidly in 20 to 25 years, but there are however, some problems. The first one is the problem of agriculture sector. As well, everyone knows that Australia is the world leader of agriculture, and 2/3 of the products is distributing and in around the world, rest of the destinations. But there are some problems in Australia because there's no subsidies given by the government to this. And the other one is the service industry, because everyone knows that the Australian economy based on the two pillars of the service industry normally is tourism and education, and it has been decreased rapidly from after the incident of 2011. The other one is declining the export performance, which has been declining rapidly. So this was my part, and my next member will introduce my next part.
Friend, my name is Urvish Patel. My student ID is DMA 3338. My group number is 21. Today I am going to talk about the impact of Australian trade policy. There is few policies like traffic cut rescheduling, manufacturing employment, trade liberalization, term of trade, and industry policy. Trade policies have both positive and negative impact on the economy. Distributed trade policies have a positive influence on economic growth, whereas free trade has a negative effect on the economic growth. According to Canley, Australians observed the most significant traffic cut in 1973, 1988 and 1991. The recession affected the economic, hence traffic reform took place in 1991. The government organizes to schedule the traffic cut after 1988 to the recovery to the economic growth and employment in the session in 1991. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shalakha. My student ID is AZZ3917. I'm going to discuss about the conclusion as well as the increase in the Australian trade with decreasing tariffs and Australia terms of trade. This is basically a graph which I'm going to discuss that, so I'm just going to give a brief trade on that. So we are going to discuss about in the merchandise exports as well as the merchandise imports by the traffics. So it's showing from nearly 1986 to 2016 with different per capita percentage, as well as the Australian terms and trades from nearly 1870 to 2010, followed by the index as well as the shaded regions which represent the major expansion in terms of trade, which is smooth in the 5 years centered morning average. And after this I'm going to discuss the conclusion. In the conclusion, we mostly discuss about the Australia economy faced the challenges initially, like how the economy normally going through these challenges, and currently the country enjoys effective and more trading partners, whereas the China is the greatest exposure of the course because it is one of the most big exporter of coal, where we get coal all from. So that's China is playing a major part in that. Whereas the number of problems which are identical in the country trade policy is the trade policies have more enormous effects on the economy industry as well as the employment industry. So this whole basically cover all the conclusion part as well as the all the Australian trade centers. Thank you.